What's going on, gang? Baltmatrix here, and today we are taking a look at Power Rangers Ninja Steel BULLRIDER Megazord, otherwise known as Rodeo Maru from Ninja. The figure we have here was purchased at Toys R Us near my work, but is also available at BigBadToyStore.com and other online retailers. The overall aesthetic of the figure is quite good, and overall it's a very solid toy. If you follow me on Twitter, you would have seen a video of my son playing with this figure and saying, "Giant robot, stomp, stomp, stomp." Because, well, look at those feet, people. They're made for stomping. Overall, the aesthetic of the figure is quite good, and I actually do like the, proportions on this guy. The giant shoulder pads really make me think of football players rather than cowboys. The wheels do spin easily on the shoulders, and we'll see more in vehicle mode, and the overall look of the figure is pretty good. Posability is exactly the same as the Super Sentai version. His gun, however, is completely different. Now, I'm not going to do a comparison in this video review, simply because I want to give this figure a fair shot on its own merits. I will be doing a separate video comparing him to Rodeo Maru. That will be at the end of this video. You'll have a link to it. Now, there are some issues with the figure from a paint standpoint that are odder than normal. Specifically, we're going to take a look at the shoulders. Now, you see the marring going on there and over here. And everywhere that there is copper paint, there is this swirling. So I'm worried that this thing is going to suffer from gold plastic syndrome. It's just super strange. It's not gold. It is a deep, deep copper color, but it's swirly and messy and very, very strange. The other thing that's very, very strange is, even though Rodeo Maru has the figure hanging off the side, oh boy, the BULLRIDER Megazord takes that to a whole new level. Oh boy. Now, the Cowboy Megazord, which I think is what it's actually called, I've not been able to find anywhere that actually states what this Megazord is called, is holding on for dear life onto handlebars. And it doesn't even sit the same way that Rodeo Maru does. But again, I'll save the comparisons for another video. So you don't even have to put the Cowboy Megazord on there. And the Cowboy Megazord is nicely painted. He looks good. And the star there in the head works well. It's an okay figure. It just doesn't do anything in other Megazord or Bison buggy mode. And speaking of buggy mode, we're going to go ahead and get into that right now. To start off with, we'll remove the gun, and then we will take his head off and put that off to the side. Come down to the feet, flip the wheels out towards the outside of the figure, fold up the toes, bring the legs in together. Unfortunately, they do not peg together. Rip off the cowboy hat from the Megazord, fold up the face, and plug that into the base of the feet, like that. Then come up to the arms, and the arms will peg into these little black pieces that are protruding from the sides of the legs. However, you just saw what happens. They don't stay in very well. Not that it matters that much. Next, we'll come up to what was the head and chest section. Flip up the bull head just a bit. Come to these blue pieces and flip them down, and they will peg into these two peg clips that are on the back of the Bison mode. And then simply get the little cowboy situated for riding. And literally the only thing holding him in place is his grip on these handlebars. He doesn't peg in, he just kind of rests there. And then we can take the gun and come over to either side and peg it in to the side like a muffler. Like that. And here we have the vehicle mode. Vehicle mode's fine. Other than the pegs on the fists not holding in place, it's no different than the Bison Rodeo mode from the Super Sentai version. It's fine. It's still stupid, but it's fine. Rolls very easily, though it makes a very, very loud racket, as you can hear. Now here's the BULLRIDER Megazord next to the Ninja Steel Megazord. And one thing I forgot to mention, the BULLRIDER Megazord is a combination of the Bull Megazord and the Rider Megazord. So, BULLRIDER. I still think Rodeo Megazord would have been a better name, but oh well. Anyway, so these two guys combine as you would expect. However, I'm going to show you how the directions show the combination to go, and then I'll show you the correct way to do it. So, what do? Well, first we rip these guys apart, pretty much. So I've already gone ahead and removed the bullhead, the top, and his hat, and obviously the Rider Megazord, which then you remove this silver butt piece and put that off to the side. Come to the main body, rip off the arms, rip off the chest, and split the legs. Now we come to the feet, fold the foot up, flip the foot in, or toes in, come to the combiner port, Zord builder part, fold that into the crotch, and then just gently take the crotch and upper thigh and push it down, and then put that on the ground, and do the same thing with the other leg. And then the Ninja Megazord will get some new shoes. Now that Daddy has a new pair of shoes, we are going to add the butt protection. I am not kidding. This is the most important component to the combine mode. And the reason is, once we're done, the figure is so top heavy that these hips cannot withstand the weight. So we come in here, slide that in, snap it into place. And then we take this first part, the chest piece, and drop it up top. And then we come to the, what were the arms? Flip out the fists, find which side it is, find where the thumb is, and then that goes over the fist of the original Megazord. Next up, we come to the top and drop down the combiner port, flip up the new giant robot head, take the red dial first and drop that into place, give him a new hat, and get... that won't snap into place. But first, I forgot we need to actually add the Rider Megazord. And this is easily done by just grabbing him, having him grab there, and then putting that back in place, and literally draping the entire Megazord down his back. Okay, pro tip. One thing they don't actually show you in the directions. Fold the Ninja Megazord face out first, then drop it into place. Next, we take the cow face, and with that little peg hole, just snap that into place up top, and then add the brown hat. Last but not least, we combine the weapons. First, the sword. Oop, had that backwards. That combines like that. And then the shield will turn around and slot into place. And that is his weapon. And ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Ultra Megazord. Not gonna lie, folks, this looks stupid, and there's a reason for it. It's because the directions are wrong. The directions are flat out wrong. If you follow me on Twitter, you know I've already mentioned this. But here are the directions. This is where they say to put the arms. This is how the directions are written. Thankfully, on the back of the box, they have it correct. So what you're supposed to do is take the arms off from this point and put them up higher. That's all. But I find it funny that the directions are so wrong. Oh, and I forgot to flip this fist out. Whoops. So the Ultra Megazord it's not too bad. I was expecting much worse, in all honesty, and it's fine. It's lanky, and it is very, very wobbly. But the original didn't look any better, so I don't really have much to complain about. It doesn't have any extra parts laying around, which is good. Overall, the combined mode is fine. It's just stupid. And for those of you wondering what happens to the set when he's not wearing his star iron underwear, well, that is the best case scenario. If you push a little bit more, or just move his legs a little bit, well, I can't be responsible for what breaks. Reassembling the Megazord into its mode of, well, Megazordness isn't too bad, except for one piece, and that is this connector piece. Once it's folded in, it is impossible with adult-sized hands, or even children-sized hands, to get this peg out. You need a pair of scissors or another small pointy object in order to fold it out. No ifs, ands, or buts. And that's because there's nothing for your nails to grab onto to actually get that section folded out correctly. The Megazord's fine. Guys, it's supremely stupid. But the Ninja line as a whole is supremely stupid. There's very little redeeming quality to the actual designs that came from Japan in the first place. So I have a lot more, I guess, leeway with the overall aesthetic of this set, or this Megazord, as opposed to the what do you call it? The Ninja Megazord. It's not bad either. It's not constructed poorly. The plastics all feel fine. There doesn't feel like anything's going to fall apart the way the Ninja Megazord does. It's fine. It's stupid. It's supremely stupid, but it's fine. I really can't complain about it because it's better than I expected. And that kind of says something. So gang, I hope you've enjoyed this video review. Like, comment, and subscribe. I want to hear your thoughts. I'm Baltmatrix, and I will catch you next time.